There comes a moment in every life when the weight of yesterday seems too heavy to bear, when memories cling like shadows and refuse to release their hold. But I tell you this, no matter how deep the wound, no matter how shattered the dream, the power within you is greater than the pain behind you. The only direction that matters now is forward. You must be strong and move on. You have lived long enough in the echo of what was. You have replayed the scene, questioned the why, and mourned what could have been. But life does not respond to regret, it responds to belief. You are not meant to dwell in what's gone. You are meant to rise from it. You are meant to stand firm, not because you do not feel the pain, but because you refuse to let it define your next step. Strength is not the absence of tears, it is the decision to keep walking while your eyes are still wet. You are the creator of your world, and creation begins the moment you choose to release the past. To move on is not to forget. It is to remember your power, to remember that nothing and no one can imprison your spirit unless you allow it. You have been taught to wait for closure, to wait for life to apologize, to wait for something outside of you to give peace. But peace is never given, it is claimed. And you claim it when you stop arguing with what has already happened. The past is not your enemy, it is your teacher. But the class is over now. You've learned what you needed to learn. Take the lesson and walk out of that room with your head high. Look around you. The world moves on without hesitation. The sun doesn't linger on the night that just passed. It rises again, unashamed, unstoppable. You must do the same. There is no situation too dark, no heartbreak too deep that the light within you cannot overcome. You are not broken. You are being reshaped. The pieces that fell apart were never meant to stay. They are making room for something greater to emerge. Every time you choose strength over sorrow, you shift your world. Every time you choose to move forward, no matter how small the step, you send a signal to life itself. I am ready. And life responds. It opens doors where you thought there were none. It breathes possibility into what seemed like an ending. You may feel that you've lost too much to begin again, but nothing is truly lost. It only changes form. The energy that once existed in that love, that dream, that moment, it has not died. It waits for you to redirect it. You can mold it into something new, something beautiful, something stronger. That is the secret of moving on. It is not a goodbye. It is a transformation. The pain you carry is not punishment. It is a reminder that you were brave enough to care, to try, to hope. But now you must be brave enough to let go. The world cannot deliver your future while your hands are clenched around your past. Open your grip. Trust that the same power that brought you this far will carry you further than you can imagine. There is a version of you waiting on the other side of this pain. Wiser, freer, radiant with peace. You cannot meet that version while staying in the same story. You must step out of the chapter and walk into the next. And when you do, you will see that nothing was truly lost. Everything that mattered has been reborn within you. Courage, wisdom, strength. So take a deep breath and move. Move without fear, without guilt, without doubt. The moment you decide to move on, you are no longer the same person who was hurt. You have evolved. You are stronger than the situation, larger than the loss, greater than the grief. Remember, strength is not built in comfort. It is forged in fire. And you, my friend, are the fire. Burn away what no longer serves you. Rise from your own ashes. Walk with your head lifted, not because the road is easy, but because you now know. Nothing can stop a soul that has decided to move forward. You are not walking away from something. You are walking towards something magnificent. The world ahead of you is waiting with open arms. Move on with faith. Move on with love. Move on knowing that what lies before you is infinitely greater than what you leave behind. The universe does not reward those who cling to what's gone. It blesses those who dare to trust what's coming. Every ending whispers of a beginning. Every loss hides a seed of renewal. And though your heart may tremble, though your knees may feel weak beneath the weight of change, still, take the step. Take it even if it's small, even if it's uncertain. The path reveals itself to those who move, not to those who wait. You have to understand that pain is not your enemy. It is the fire that purifies you, that burns away illusion, that strips you down to your essence. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become after it. When everything falls apart, it is not the end. It is the clearing of space for something divine to unfold. The destruction you fear is often the beginning of creation. You have cried enough. You have replayed the story enough. You have given enough energy to what hurt you. Now it is time to give energy to what will heal you. Stop telling the story of your pain and start telling the story of your power. For the moment you do, the universe shifts to match your new vibration. You stop being the one who was broken, and you become the one who rebuilt themselves from light. When your mind begins to wander back to what was, remind yourself that chapter has served its purpose. You are not abandoning your past by moving on. You are honoring it by not letting it limit you. There is no shame in outgrowing the person you once were. You were meant to. Life expands through you. Every new moment is an invitation to embody more strength, more wisdom, more truth. It's easy to stay in the familiar, even if it hurts. But comfort is a cage when it keeps you from your potential. Strength means walking into the unknown and trusting that the ground will appear beneath your feet. You may stumble, you may fall, but even your falls will lead you higher if your heart stays open. The world does not respond to fear, it responds to faith. Speak from faith, act from faith, move from faith. Do not wait for permission to move on. Do not wait for someone to say sorry or for life to make sense. The moment you decide you are done suffering, you are free. The chains that hold you are made of thought, and thought can be changed in an instant. Choose a new thought, one that uplifts you, one that declares your power, one that says, I am ready for what's next. That thought alone can shift your entire destiny. You are far stronger than you realize. You have survived storms that should have broken you. You have faced nights that seemed endless, yet here you stand, breathing, beating alive. There is something unshakable within you, something no pain can destroy. That is the real you. The moment you recognize it, you rise beyond every limitation. And remember, strength does not mean forcing yourself to be numb. It means allowing yourself to feel and still choosing to move forward. Feel the ache, but walk anyway. Feel the fear, but trust anyway. Feel the uncertainty, but move anyway. Because the only true failure is refusing to move at all. The rest is growth. The rest is transformation. You cannot receive what's waiting for you while your hands are full of what's gone. Release it. Breathe it out. Let your heart become light again. The universe loves an open heart, for it can fill it with new dreams, new people, new possibilities. The energy you release returns to you transformed. What you let go of in pain, you will meet again in peace. Every sunrise carries a message that no night lasts forever. The dawn always comes for those who keep their faith alive. You are not walking alone. The same force that moves the stars and tides moves within you. Trust it. It knows where you are going, and though the path may twist and turn, every step is leading you toward your higher good. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep creating. The strength you seek is not something to find. It is something to remember. It was always there, waiting for you to awaken to it. The more you move forward, the more it rises within you, until one day you look back and realize that the pain that once defined you has become the fire that refined you. There is a sacred power in the decision to move on. It is the moment the universe recognizes your readiness to receive more. You no longer vibrate with loss, you vibrate with renewal. Every cell in your body begins to align with freedom. The old energy dissolves, and life itself rearranges to match the frequency of your new strength. It is not magic in the sense of tricks or illusions. It is law. When you change within, everything changes without. When you stop chasing the ghost of what was, you make room for what can be. When you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start declaring, this happened for me, the shift begins. You move from victim to creator, from wounded to awakened. You become the architect of your own destiny, not the prisoner of old circumstances. Life was never meant to be endured. It was meant to be shaped. Sometimes the hardest part is not letting go of others, but letting go of the version of yourself that depended on them. The identity built around pain, around proving your worth, around needing validation, it begins to crumble. And though it feels uncomfortable, that crumbling is liberation. You are shedding skins that no longer fit your spirit. You are becoming the true you, the one who stands in wholeness, no longer reaching outward for completion. The energy that once kept you in sorrow can be redirected into creation. Every tear can water the soil of your next miracle. Every disappointment can sharpen your clarity about what you truly desire. There are no wasted experiences, only raw material for your transformation. Even heartbreak, when seen through the eyes of awareness, becomes a portal to deeper love. When you look at the ruins of what once was, see them not as endings but as foundations. Build upon them. Every failure becomes a stepping stone when you stand on it instead of beneath it. You were not meant to live small, confined by memories. You were meant to expand beyond them, to become so full of life that the past can no longer recognize you. Strength is quiet, it does not scream. It shows itself in the way you wake up each morning and choose to try again. It's in the way you smile when you could have broken, in the way you trust when logic tells you not to. That quiet persistence, that refusal to quit, that is divine power at work within you. You are the vessel of something eternal, something that cannot be defeated. The mind may try to pull you back, whispering old fears and familiar sorrows, but you must stand guard. The thoughts of yesterday have no authority over the reality you are creating today. Speak only what empowers you. Think only what uplifts you. For your thoughts are the seeds of your future, and every moment you dwell on your strength, your world rearranges to prove it true. Be patient with yourself. Healing is not a race. Some days you will feel unstoppable, others you will feel like collapsing. Both are sacred. Even when you fall, you are still moving forward, for every fall teaches you balance. The key is not perfection, it is persistence. The key is not avoiding pain. It is growing through it until pain itself becomes powerless. You were never meant to stay where life hurt you. You were meant to rise from it with fire in your eyes and peace in your heart. The moment you say, enough, the moment you choose to stop rehearsing the hurt, everything changes. You reclaim your energy, your power, your peace. And from that energy, new beginnings are born. There will be people who don't understand your strength, who will question your calm, who will wonder how you moved on so gracefully. Let them wonder. You owe no explanation for your healing. Your peace is proof enough. You have walked through darkness and found your own light. That is victory enough. The more you move forward, the more you realize you were never actually losing anything essential. What left only made space for what's meant to stay. What ended only opened the door to what's meant to begin. The universe never takes without giving more in return. The only requirement is that you trust, that you release, that you keep moving even when you can't yet see the destination. The unseen forces that guide your life are waiting for your surrender, not in defeat but in faith. The moment you stop resisting what has already passed, your energy flows freely again. You begin to feel the quiet hum of life beneath the noise, the gentle rhythm of something larger carrying you forward. That flow cannot reach you when you cling to what's gone, but the instant you loosen your grip, it rushes in like wind through an open window, clearing away everything stale and stagnant. You will notice subtle shifts at first. A sudden peace in moments that once brought pain, a lightness where heaviness used to live. This is the sign that you are realigning with truth. It is the proof that letting go does not diminish you, it expands you. You do not lose yourself by moving on. You meet more of yourself than you ever knew existed. There is an intelligence in the unfolding of your life that knows exactly what it is doing. It knows which doors must close to protect you. It knows which delays are not denials but redirections. You do not have to understand it all, you only have to trust that nothing has been wasted. Every detour, every heartbreak, every ending has been preparing you for something that fits your soul more perfectly than what you thought you wanted. The universe listens not to your words, but to your vibration. When your energy says, I am free, freedom comes. When your heart says, I am ready, opportunity appears. When your spirit whispers, I have learned, new beginnings rise to meet you. Life always mirrors what you believe. So believe in your strength, and strength will surround you. Believe in your peace, and peace will find you. Believe that it is safe to move on, and life will show you that it always was. Every time you release an old attachment, you send a message to existence itself. I trust what's ahead more than I fear what's behind. And existence responds in kind. The path clears, the fog lifts, people, moments, and miracles start aligning with your new vibration. You begin to attract not from desperation, but from wholeness. That is the secret of true power. It never chases, it allows. It never clings, it creates. The most beautiful transformation happens quietly in the unseen corners of the heart. It's when you stop looking for healing and realize you already are healing. It's when you no longer wait for closure because peace has already settled within you. It's when you see your reflection and no longer recognize the pain in your eyes. Only light, only calm, only strength. Life will keep testing you, not to break you, but to prove that you are unbreakable. There will be moments when old memories try to pull you back, but you will smile, not because you have forgotten, but because you now understand. You will see how every tear watered the soil of your strength, how every ending pushed you closer to truth. The very things that once felt like curses will reveal themselves as blessings in disguise. And as you walk through the newness of your being, you will begin to notice something miraculous. The same things that once hurt you now hold no power. You can speak their names and feel no sting. You can revisit the memory and feel only gratitude. That is when you know you have truly moved on. You are not avoiding the past, you have transcended it. Keep walking forward with this knowing that strength is not something you build, it's something you remember. Every soul carries within it a core of divine resilience, untouched by circumstance. The storms may rage around you, but that core remains unmoved, unshaken. When you align with it, nothing external can control you. You become calm even in chaos, guided even in confusion, whole even in loss. The journey does not end when you move on. It begins anew. For every time you rise, every time you choose to let go, you elevate not only yourself but the world around you. Your healing sends ripples through existence, teaching others that they too can rise, that they too can begin again, that there is no wound deep enough to bury their power. There will come a day when you look back and realize how perfectly everything unfolded, how even the pain served a purpose far beyond what your mind could comprehend. You'll see how life was never against you, only guiding you toward alignment, toward the version of yourself who was always meant to emerge from the ashes. You'll understand that every ending was simply an invitation to evolve. The pieces that once felt scattered were never lost. They were rearranging to form a clearer picture of who you truly are. Sometimes the silence after chaos can feel unsettling, as if something is missing. But that silence is sacred. It's the space where new creation begins. It's in those quiet, empty moments that your spirit whispers its truth, reminding you that peace is not something found outside. It blooms from within. You begin to notice that the things you once chased now flow to you with ease. The moment you stop trying to control what's already written, life writes something new through you. You start to walk differently, lighter, freer, no longer bound by what others think or what once defined you. You begin to understand that real strength doesn't need to prove itself. It moves quietly, confidently, with a softness that is more powerful than force. You no longer need to convince anyone of your worth. Your very presence begins to speak it. You become a living reflection of resilience, a reminder that peace is possible after pain. As you continue forward, the weight that once pressed on your heart fades, and what remains is wisdom. Deep, unshakable wisdom born from experience. You no longer fear the unknown, because you've learned that the unknown is where miracles live. You trust that everything that leaves creates space for something greater. You realize that nothing truly ends. It only changes form. And in that understanding, you find a freedom that cannot be taken from you. The strength that rises in you now is not loud or dramatic. It is steady, eternal. It is the quiet knowing that no matter what happens, you will not break. You've faced the fire and found your center untouched. You've stood in the storm and discovered that the calm you were seeking was never outside. It was the eye of the storm within you all along. And from this place, you no longer move out of fear, you move out of faith. Every step forward now carries power. You are no longer reacting to life, you are responding with intention. You are no longer waiting for signs, you are becoming the sign. The same energy that once cried out in despair now speaks blessings over your path. You have shifted from surviving to creating, from hoping to knowing. You can feel the universe responding differently because you are different. Your energy no longer says, I am trying to heal. It says, I am whole. People will feel it when they meet you. The calm in your voice, the light in your eyes, the peace in your presence. You become a reflection of everything you once prayed for. You no longer chase love because you are love. You no longer search for purpose because you live in alignment with it. And you no longer fear change because you understand that change is life expressing its devotion to your growth. There will still be moments of uncertainty, moments when the old tries to whisper again. But now, instead of fear, you'll feel compassion. Compassion for the version of you who didn't yet know their power. You'll smile at the memory and walk forward, grateful. The past will lose its grip, and the future will no longer intimidate you. You will live here, fully present, where strength and peace coexist effortlessly. And as you continue to move forward, life will mirror your new vibration. Opportunities will appear that align with your truth. People will enter your path who match your energy. And the world itself will seem to soften around you. You'll realize that being strong and moving on was never about escaping pain. It was about awakening to your true nature, the part of you that is untouchable, infinite, and forever becoming. You will begin to feel a quiet joy returning, not the kind that depends on circumstances, but one that rises simply from being alive, from knowing that you have endured, transformed, and still stand open to the beauty ahead. That joy has nothing to do with perfection. It comes from the awareness that you can begin again at any moment. The more you trust this truth, the lighter your steps become. You no longer move from fear of loss, but from excitement for creation. The world begins to mirror that excitement back to you in subtle ways. The right people appear. The right words find you. The right opportunities unfold as if they had been waiting for you to claim them. Each morning feels different now. You wake not with the heaviness of what once was, but with curiosity for what could be. The past no longer visits as a wound, but as a whisper of wisdom. You can recall it without trembling because it no longer defines you. It taught you, it stretched you, but it does not own you. You realize that healing was never about erasing pain, but about integrating it so deeply that it becomes part of your strength. The scars remain, but they no longer ache. They remind you of how much light you can hold. When challenges arise again, and they will, because that is the rhythm of life, you will not shrink back. You will meet them differently. You will breathe through them instead of breaking under them. You will trust that within every difficulty lies a message, a nudge, a divine adjustment steering you closer to alignment. You'll see obstacles as invitations to remember your power rather than as punishments. Life no longer happens to you, it unfolds through you. You begin to understand that moving on is not a single act but a continuous rhythm. A dance between release and renewal, between letting go and stepping forward. Some days you will move easily, others you will feel resistance. Yet, even the resistance is sacred. It shows where the last remnants of attachment remain. You meet them gently, with compassion, knowing that nothing can hold you once you have chosen freedom. The more you walk in this awareness, the more your energy becomes magnetic. You start attracting experiences that match your new state of being. Peaceful, empowered, expansive. The people who resonate with your old pain begin to fade away, and those who reflect your healing begin to appear. The universe rearranges itself according to the vibration you hold. This is not luck, it is law. The moment you choose strength, life bends to mirror it. You notice how even the smallest moments feel alive now. The sunlight through a window, the rhythm of your own breath, the laughter of a stranger. These things used to pass unnoticed, but now they shimmer with meaning. You've slowed down enough to feel the pulse of existence moving through everything. You realize that being strong is not about control, it's about surrendering to that pulse, trusting that it always carries you forward. There are moments when old emotions resurface, not to drag you backward, but to show you how far you've come. You no longer react, you observe. You no longer grasp, you release. The energy that once fueled your suffering now fuels your purpose. You begin to create from a place of love rather than longing. Every choice you make now is an act of self-respect. To honor your peace, to protect your energy, to live in alignment with truth. You find that silence becomes your companion rather than your enemy. You no longer rush to fill every space with noise, because you've learned that peace grows in stillness. And in that stillness, guidance rises, not as thunder, but as a quiet knowing in your heart. You start trusting that inner voice more than external opinions. You realize it was never about being strong for the world, it was about remembering that strength was your natural state all along. As the days unfold, something within you settles. You stop questioning the timing of your journey. You stop fighting the flow of life. You begin to see that everything is happening for your highest evolution. Even the pauses, even the delays, even the endings. The more you align with that truth, the more life opens before you like a series of doors, each one leading to a greater version of yourself, each one revealing that the act of moving on is not just survival. It is awakening. You begin to see how everything in your life, even the moments that once seemed meaningless, has been weaving together with perfect precision. Every encounter, every disappointment, every burst of hope and heartbreak has been sculpting you into someone capable of holding more love, more depth, more understanding. You start to trust that even what was once chaos had divine order hidden beneath it. You no longer demand to know why. You simply feel the quiet assurance that it was all necessary. As you walk forward, there's a new rhythm to your movement. It's slower, more intentional, as though each step is guided by something unseen. You no longer rush toward the future in desperation. You move toward it in harmony. You sense that life is not something you chase, but something you dance with. And in that dance, every turn, every pause, every step backward has meaning. You begin to realize that strength isn't about never bending. It's about knowing when to bend without breaking. There's a softness to this strength that surprises you. It doesn't roar, it hums. It doesn't fight, it flows. It doesn't seek to prove, it simply is. You start to feel that the most powerful thing you can do is stay at peace, no matter what is happening outside you. You recognize that this peace is not passivity, it is the highest form of mastery. You no longer need the world to be calm for you to be calm. You bring calm to the world. The things that once triggered you begin to lose their hold. You respond with grace where you once reacted with pain. You no longer feel the urge to justify, to argue, to defend. Your silence speaks louder than words ever could. You understand now that peace is not won by force, it's preserved by presence. And in your presence, others begin to feel it too. The quiet stability of someone who has met themselves and found something unshakable. You begin to live with an open heart again, but this time differently. It's not a naive openness that ignores reality, but a wise one that sees clearly and still chooses love. You can look at life with all its imperfections and smile. You can give without fear, because you've learned that nothing given from truth is ever truly lost. What you send out always finds its way back, multiplied, purified, refined by time and grace. There will be moments when the old world still calls to you. Familiar patterns, familiar doubts, familiar faces that once reflected your pain. But now you meet them with a quiet knowing. You have outgrown the space they hold. You no longer need to return to what you have transcended. You honor it, you bless it, but you walk on. For the soul that has tasted freedom cannot return to captivity. The heart that has found its own peace cannot live in turmoil again. Every sunrise seems different now, not just beautiful, but meaningful. You see it as a promise, a reminder that no night lasts forever. That renewal is constant. You begin to align with that rhythm, releasing with every sunset, rebirthing with every dawn. And as this rhythm deepens in you, the world around you begins to mirror it. Relationships grow softer, work feels lighter, even challenges carry a subtle grace, as if everything now conspires to support your evolution. You start to understand that moving on isn't about leaving something behind. It's about returning to yourself. You realize that the peace you sought in people, in outcomes, in validation, was never lost. It was buried beneath layers of fear and expectation. And now, as you shed those layers, you rediscover it. The quiet within you feels like home again. You begin to live not from longing, but from fullness. You no longer ask life to give you what you already are. In this state, love takes on a new meaning. It's no longer about possession or promise. It's about presence. You love because it feels natural to your being. You give without demand, you forgive without resentment, and you receive without guilt. This is the reward of strength, not that you become untouchable, but that you become unbreakable through love. And in this love, you move forward with ease, carrying nothing but light, open to everything, afraid of nothing. You find that life no longer feels like a struggle, but like a flow you finally learned to move with. The resistance that once filled your chest has softened into trust. You no longer wake up bracing for what could go wrong. You rise with quiet anticipation of what could unfold. There is a steadiness to your being now, a sense that whatever comes, you will meet it with grace. You no longer pray for things to be easier. You simply ask for strength to remain centered no matter what comes. And strength always answers. You begin to understand that moving on is not a single act of courage, but a daily devotion to peace. It is choosing every morning to release what tries to return. The old doubts, the old hurt, the old identity. It's choosing to remember that you are not that version anymore. You have walked through fire, and the flames have shaped you into someone luminous. The world can no longer touch you in the same way, because you no longer live at the same level of fear. You have risen above it, and from here, everything looks different. There are moments now when you catch yourself smiling for no reason, a simple, effortless joy that flows without cause or condition. You realize this is the natural state of a soul unburdened. Peace is not something you found, it is something that was revealed when you stopped carrying what was never yours. The stillness inside you is no longer empty, it hums with creation, with the quiet whisper of new beginnings forming from unseen places. You can feel that you are being guided now, not by effort but by intuition. You no longer need to plan every step or force every outcome. You sense that life knows what it's doing, and that your only task is to remain open. You are learning that surrender is not weakness, it is alignment. It is the art of allowing the current of the divine to move through you without resistance. And in this allowance, life becomes effortless. Things begin to fall into place with an almost supernatural ease. When others cross your path, they sense something different about you. Not in what you say, but in what you emanate. Your calm becomes contagious. Your presence feels like a refuge. You no longer need to preach peace. You are peace. You no longer need to explain your strength. It radiates quietly in everything you do. The energy you once spent on holding the past together now fuels your creation, your purpose, your becoming. You see now that every pain was a teacher, every ending a doorway. The things you once cursed became the very catalysts that awakened you. What was meant to break you actually built you. What was meant to silence you only deepened your voice. The universe was never against you, it was preparing you. It was removing what could not walk with you into your next chapter. And now, as you move freely, you begin to understand the meaning behind it all. That the breaking was the becoming. There's a new intimacy between you and life. You no longer stand outside of it, trying to make sense of everything. You move with it as one. Even the moments that don't make sense feel divine now, because you've seen enough to know they will, in time. You've stopped asking for proof and started walking in faith. You no longer need to see where the path leads. You trust the feeling beneath your feet that says, keep going. The air feels different, lighter. The same streets you once walked in pain now glow with a quiet beauty. The same sky you once looked at in despair now seems alive with promise. Nothing outside has changed, yet everything looks new, because you are new. The past no longer casts its shadow, it only adds depth to your light. And in that light, every moment feels sacred, even the ordinary, even the stillness. You begin to see how strength and softness are not opposites, but twins. To be strong is not to harden, but to open without fear. To move on is not to forget, but to remember who you are beneath everything that has happened. You are the constant beneath the change, the peace beneath the chaos, the light that keeps burning no matter how dark the night. And as you live from that knowing, every breath becomes a declaration, not of survival, but of creation, of rebirth, of endless becoming. So now, as you stand in this new space, free, awake, and alive, remember this truth: strength was never about holding on, it was always about having the courage to let go. To move on is not to abandon what once was, but to honor it by allowing it to transform you. The world does not reward those who cling to pain. It opens for those who trust their power enough to release it. You were never meant to live in the echoes of yesterday. You were meant to rise, to evolve, to keep becoming the greater expression of who you truly are. Every ending you've survived was a beginning disguised as loss. Every heartbreak carved space for more love to flow through you. Every tear was a baptism, cleansing you for a higher version of life. So walk forward, not with fear, but with fire. Do not look back with regret, but ahead with purpose. The past may have shaped you, but it does not define you. You define you. Your power is in your decision to keep moving, to keep believing, to keep creating even when the road is unclear. Be strong, not because life demands it, but because your soul deserves it. Move on, not because you must, but because your destiny is calling. And it will not wait for you to look behind. The story ahead is brighter, deeper, and greater than anything you've left behind. Keep walking in faith. Keep moving in love. The universe only moves for those who dare to move first.